Hey Chris, this is Bob Wells with Trend Realty. Um, I'm at the Northport property. The other property was under contract, so I couldn't get a showing in for that one, the one in Inglewood. Um, Here's the neighborhood. Um, Obviously, it's a gated community, so you've got limited traffic other than residents. Newer development. Almost all, I think all of the houses have tile roofs. It's raining, so I'm going to do an outside tour fairly quickly and then finish up inside. But here's a front of the property. It's got paver driveway, which you can only get away with in Florida because you don't have the freezing and expansion, contraction, and pothole type stuff you'd have. But I did a quick tour of the inside just to turn lights on, and beautiful home. Haven't run comps or anything because I had some other things I had going on down here and I wasn't able to get in front of my computer, but I know you're just in looky-loo mode right now. So one thing I always do, and I know it's a newer house, but I do this for a lot of my clients, is I do the knock test, or just to confirm that it's definitely a block home. Got a lot of folks that'll have a wood frame house and they'll put stucco over it and it looks like stone, but as soon as you knock on it, you hear the hollow. This is a dual zone based on the square footage. Newer pumps, nice landscaping. Some of these communities, I guess one thing I always have a little bit of hang up on, and maybe it's not so much for you guys, especially the way this house is designed, is you are really close to your neighbors, but on this, on the neighbor side, on this side, there's no windows on that side, so unless they're coming around and poking their head around, they're not going to see what's going on. So here is the back of the lot. A quick pan of the outside. A little peek of the lanai in the pool. It does back up to a big pond, little lake. You got some nice smaller palms that won't completely take over your house. And as you can see, you're pretty close on the other side with your neighbor. I'll give you a little pan of the back, as well as the spa. Now that spa, with it being a flow over, that's not what you consider a typical spa where it has separate heat control. It's the same water temperature as a pool, so just keep that in mind. You don't see a lot of actual spas down here in Florida that, you know, have the hotter water, and then again, majority of the time of the year you don't want to be in hot water anyway because it's so darn hot outside. So here's the other view of the lanai. Here's the guts of the pool. I believe this is on public water and sewer, which is a fair rarity down in this neck of the woods. I did want to focus in on a few things that caught my eye. I ran some cable up here, and that should be sealed up with silicone or something because you're going to get critters up in there. Not a huge deal, just want to point it out. Another thing I want to point out is you can see this hardware. That's dedicated hardware for the panels for hurricane protection if there is a hurricane event. There's typically a map or a diagram that says which panel goes for which door or window. And typically you'll see those in the garage, and I'll confirm that. Got these nice columns up front, give a little taste of class. No real red flags on the outside other than that little hole in the soffit. As I think I told you, I'm a beauty marks and warts guy. There's the front of the house again. Well-maintained house, inside and out. So coming up the front, well, and here's some of the irrigation. Coming up to the front stoop, nice entryway door, nice front patio, covered. You sit and gossip about the neighbors. feet. And I usually go in and run my tour clockwise so I don't forget anything. And just hug the wall unless I can't hug it. There's your coat closet. You'll notice a lot of the Florida homes, they have taller doors because the ceilings are typically higher as well. Biggest reason for the higher ceilings, number one, it makes the house look bigger, obviously, but also heat rises. So when you run the cool air, more often than not, your vents will be above you and the cool air will come down versus baseboard or at the foot of or on the floor level. You got plantation shutters on the front windows. Really nice tile. Stucco walls. I call it the realtor approved tan color. This house is almost an identical house to a home I'm selling in Riverview near Tampa, with a little bit of differences. It's got a bonus room in the back, but for the most part, this house is almost identical. 3-car garage. Obviously, they're purging to give a little bit more less cluttered look inside, so they're in the process of obviously getting ready to move. You got your blower units, dual, because I think it's north of 3,000 square feet. Typically you have, once you get above 3,000, you typically have 2 units. One thing I wanted to point out, and hopefully it's not too dim in here, is you've got some wind mitigation with these garage doors. You got these gussets here, and even more heavier duty on the 2-car garage. Here's your panel, and it is a 200 amp panel. Looks like I don't know if it's maxed out or they just have those set up for some extra, but I don't see any that say vacant, so you might be tapped where you would need an auxiliary panel if you added anything like a pool heater or something along those lines. It's gonna be hard to get a good feel on the, oh, I can see. Here's your water heater. Typically look for rust at the base. Do not see that, and it is a newer water heater. Looks like it's a 40-gallon electric. And here are your Hurricane panels right here. And typically there's a box with the hardware and the diagram like I mentioned earlier. That's the garage. Other than being cluttered, it's really nice. Got the painted floors. So I'll try to remember to turn lights off as I go. So hard left from the garage is your laundry room. A little bit different style tile. Plenty of room to do your thing. Space for hanging. Cabinets for the soap and laundry detergent, I mean. Not quite somewhat of a deep sink on a vanity. And I'm assuming it's either a pantry or it's just a closet. They've got some of the cleaning supplies and whatnot. So hard left from there is the kitchen. Granite countertops. I'm assuming these are soft close, which they are. Tall cabinets. Newer stainless appliances. And this house does have gas, which is a rarity in Florida. So they must have set up the development to have gas service, which is probably either just for the cooking and maybe for a gas heater, but I didn't see any gas lines outside, so I'm guessing the gas is just for cooking. You do have a double oven, which is always nice. Or no, never mind, that's a microwave. Top side's a microwave, bottom side's an oven. So at least you got a little bit of space on the counter, but they do have a little toaster oven. Here's the island and dishwasher. We have a couple stools for casual eating. And a quick pan of this, I'll get to it soon enough. Coming around, we have the second, third, I believe fourth bedrooms. These have, I believe that's hardwood. Hardwood floors. Paint color runs the same throughout. See how deep the closets are. Pretty standard depth closet. And this faces the left side of the house as you're looking to the front of the house. And then coming back out, you have your second bathroom. Tile surround, newer, well, original tub, obviously. You got, I typically look at the grout lines. If the grout's in pretty good shape, that tells me that they're thinking about the little things, which means they're probably addressing the bigger things. At least that's my experience. Coming into the second or third bedroom, this was probably a little bit smaller than what I was just in. This one might have a small walk-in. Looks too narrow for it not to have a little bit of a walk-in. Oh, the small closets. This is like a third bedroom. So it's a smaller closet. They're obviously using this as a sitting room or a craft room or what have you. Turn that light off. So, working our way around, here's your living space. Yeah, the layout of this house is just like the house I have under contract. So one of the main differences with that house was a fireplace right there. But just like the bedrooms, you have the hardwood in the main living space. High ceilings, ceiling fan. And I'll turn around and give you a pan behind you so you have a little bit of a different view. And if you haven't already figured out, full disclosure, I'm not like a professional videographer, but I do point out what I see. So this would be the fourth bedroom. Pretty much the same size as the other bedroom. I'm assuming that closet's about the same depth as the one we just toured. This bedroom faces the rear of the property, which if I was one of the kids, I wouldn't mind having this room simply because of the pond view. And then your third bathroom is back here. This bathroom, based on where it's located, is with a smaller vanity and the stand-up shower. And just by the back door, this would be primarily used for washing off before you get in the pool, or washing off when you get out. Is what it's typically used for, and you'd use it. You'd be surprised if, yep, you have beach towels. So, make sure this door's locked. I'm not gonna go out this way. I'll go out a different way. So, coming back the way I came, turn these lights off. I'm going to head out to the lanai. So here's the lanai. You've got the door slider door access. These are nested, where they'll open, I believe, all the way up. Maybe just 2/3. It's not a pocket slider, but it will open 2 panels of the 3, and that basically widens out your living space. So here's another view. So you got that door I just came from, then you got the screen door that leads out to the yard. Another screen door leads out from the yard. Another slider from the main space coming in, and for the master you have a slider that allows access. So here's the pool and the spa. I'm gonna walk carefully because it's been raining, so it could be slick. Yeah, the spa water is just the same temperature as the pool, so this is not a true spa. And just fair warning, that's pretty much how it's going to be in most of these type of dual setups. There is a way of having dual heat where one area is warmer than the other, depending on if you set up a pool heater, but this pool is not heated, so there'll probably be some investment there. Screening looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's not the no-see-um screening, which is a little bit of a tighter weave, where some of the smaller bugs can get in, but definitely to keep the mosquitoes out and the bigger bugs. So that is the lanai and porch and pool area. Make sure that's locked. All right, so you got your eat and dining space. Nice place to eat, to be able to look outside and the pool. So coming back the way I came, I'm assuming this is the pantry, which it is. Not a walk-in, but it's decent size. And then you have this wide open space here. Some people use it as a larger sitting room or put in some more formal furniture. Just use it as a very wide walk area because you have this area here as well, which is also hardwood. It gives you access to the lanai. And then we'll finish up in the master area. The same hardwood. It's got the coffered ceilings in here, which are really nice. You can see with the palm paddle fan. And I'll walk all the way around so you get a view of the room. Pretty decent space. I'm assuming these are dual walk-ins, which they are. There we go. Here's your walk-in. Looks like this is his. And most of these will have normal doors. I don't typically see bifolds in a walk-in. Here's your attic access from this side of the house. Now I believe there's attic access in the garage as well on either side. So that's that. So I'm turn this light off. Try to remember to turn them off as I go so I don't have to make another trip. All right, so coming through here, you've got the master bathroom. It does have a pocket slider door. You've got your water closet. You've got your sit-in tub. It is not a jet. I do not see jets. So it's a soak bath. Then you got the open walk-in shower with the plantation shutters. And there's your Jack and Jill. And it's got his and her linen closets. And I'm gonna back up and turn off the lights. And end up basically where I started. Here is your den. Nice sized den where you do have a little bit of natural light, but not so much to distract you from working if you're working from home. And wood floors here as well. And we make a hard left and we end up where we started at the front door. So not too bad, less than 20 minutes. So I'll send this to you later and we will get your thoughts and any questions you have moving forward on these type of properties. One thing I forgot to mention on the realtor comments, if you're a golf enthusiast, this particular development, you have to be a member. There's 3 different packages. There's like a $3,000 upfront non-refundable capital investment fee and then like a quarter of the HOA up front. So it's a little bit of a pricey HOA. I think once you get beyond that, I think it's like $4,000 plus a year for HOA fees, which isn't too bad for this type of developed community. But the $3,000 right off the bat is a little bit of a ouch. And if you don't play golf, then it's probably not your cup of tea. But at least you get an idea what the properties look like, at least this one. And you get an idea what the heck I do when I do these things. So if you like what I'm doing and you find other properties, I'd be more than happy to do more. If you think I'm a complete joker, you can obviously find somebody else, but hopefully this helped you out, give you an idea, and we will go from there. And I'm just at 20 minutes. Talk soon. Bye-bye.